this is a completely different conference from the ground up. So I'm going to be starting off day one, talking about the new real estate paradigm. Now, we all know the market's changed. The last couple of conferences, we're focusing on how the economy had changed and how, because interest rates were going up, the market for the first time in 2 or 3 years since the pandemic started, it really shifted. And we are talking about the market shift and how we should be changing up our marketing, because we're always doing that in Craig Proctor Nation. Like, the marketing always needs to change based on the marketplace. So the last couple of conferences we focused on how the market was changing. Today, we want to talk about how the prospects have changed. Okay, that's the big change, is how the buyers and sellers, how their behavior has changed. We'll also be talking about how the technology has changed. So there's a lot of new tech, just like what we're talking about today, that has been revealed as useful to us over the last couple of months. So we are going to be talking about all three in this new session. I've never done this session before on the new real estate paradigm. Okay. The key, I'm starting off here, you'll notice it says the clients have changed. Okay. The clients not answering the phone, don't really want to meet with you to find out what you do. Okay. That has to be all done with marketing, which of course we love. So real estate agents, successful ones, are going to be more reliant on their marketing efforts and remarketing efforts than ever before. Okay. Less effective will be calling prospects on the phone, which I know you're already nodding your head up and down. I know that you have that challenge, that it's become more difficult for you. And if you have inside sales agents, they're complaining to you that people won't pick up the phone and I have to call hundreds of people to get someone on the phone. So we have solved that problem. I'm working with some of our key members on automated conversion. I want you to replace the word follow-up with the word conversion. Follow-up's kind of a nasty word. You guys don't like the word follow-up. You certainly don't like to follow up. The prospects don't like it when you follow up. Your phone calls are unwanted, okay, and unwelcomed. So how do we do business with prospects if we can't reach them? If you've been paying attention, the setup in mobile phones has changed. People are not using landlines, they're using mobile phones with an option that your phone will only ring if you're inside the contact. So if the prospect doesn't have you as one of their contacts, you can call them all you want. Also, what I'm hearing from many of you is when your phone rings now, especially I've heard this from a lot of agents here in Canada, it comes up next to the number, likely spam. So I think we can agree it's getting more difficult and more difficult and more difficult to use this approach where we generate a lead to get a phone number, and then we have to try to reach the prospect on the phone. And if you can't reach them on the phone, good luck converting them. So we're not saying never make a phone call. What we're saying is you have to have a plan B in case you can't reach them. So that's what this conference is going to be about, is how do I use Craig Proctor style marketing? Okay, we used it to get the prospect to raise their hand in the first place. How do we retarget them? What emails, what text messages, what video content must automatically go out to the prospect to cause the prospect to call you? Okay. If you can't call them and reach them, you got to reverse this and you've got to get the prospect to contact you. So 20 years ago, when I rolled out the Craig Proctor system, started teaching other realtors my automatic reverse prospecting system, that was very revolutionary because up until then, people were cold calling and door knocking. And I proved that was completely unnecessary. Okay, now we're doing the same thing with the conversion. Okay, not only is the lead generation automated, but the conversion must be automated. Here's the issue. If you generate a lead today from wherever you generate the lead, Okay, it's a Facebook ad, let's say. And you or your inside sales team are calling and calling and calling. And if you can't reach that prospect, let's say for a week, when you finally reach the prospect a week from now, this is what you're met with. The prospect says, I don't remember doing that. Now, how many of you would agree that that's probably the truth? That the prospect doesn't remember doing it? How many of you have, I don't know, done something online a week ago, and if that company called you, you might say, yeah, I don't remember doing that. So this is the issue. If you can't reach the prospect in the first couple of days, when you call them, they have no idea what you're talking about. Right? They're not lying to you. We're like, oh, the leads are bad. Are we really going to believe that the leads are bad? Or are we going to say, maybe we need a better follow-up system? Here's a quick test. If you're skeptical on this, what you should do is you should cross-reference every day the MLS with your database. And you're going to find that many of these people that you said were bad leads ended up listing their house with another real estate agent within a few weeks or a few months. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to be talking about in Anaheim is not just generating more leads, because many of you have lots of leads. Okay, you can buy leads anywhere. If you want to call them leads, you could buy them from Zillow. Are those leads? I don't think so. You could buy them from Realtor. Are those leads? I don't think so. That's scraped information. That's why when you call them, they have no idea what you're talking about. That's why they say to you, I'm not interested. Someone was playing with my phone. I already have a Realtor.
If you get them on the phone at all.
If you get them on the phone at all.
Yeah.
So does this approach make sense, folks? That we need to use direct response marketing, and we got the prospect to raise their hand. Now, specific things need to happen now that we've generated the lead to indoctrinate the prospect. So the prospect is calling us. The very top Craig Proctor members have inbound calls to their office on a daily basis saying, come and get me. Okay, the least successful Craig Proctor members are calling and calling and calling, and they're not reaching anybody, and they're getting frustrated. And when you get frustrated, when the approach doesn't work, what you believe is, well, the leads are no good. You may believe that Facebook is no good. You may believe that direct mail doesn't work. You may believe Google doesn't work. You may believe Craig Proctor doesn't work. You may believe being a real estate agent doesn't work. So that's what we're going to talk about in the first session. We're going to talk about how things have changed, not just the market, not just the technology, but how the people, the prospects, the buyers and sellers themselves have had a dramatic change in their behavior, and what we need to do to fix this problem.